All right, we are currently on board Royal Caribbean's Grandeur of the Seas and getting ready to leave Cozumel in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I take a few minutes to point out the machines that I think are worth playing on here if you're low budget. One of them is the Monopoly Express. The reason I think they're worth playing is even on a 75-cent bet, you can win pretty decent money if you happen to pop all three of these. And when I say pop, the bowls fill up, and then it gives you the bonus rounds. So you can win quite a decent amount of money on here, even on a 75-cent bet. Now, these pictures are supposedly for illustrative purposes only. Let me see if I can switch here. Yeah, it's not letting me switch or do anything here, but typically I go to a machine and I hit the various denomination options and see if the picture changes. Pictures of pots, whatever they're about to pop. I also try hitting, without my money in it, but I hit like the different play options and see if that changes as well. And even though the pictures are for illustrative purposes, I still tend to try to pick the machines that look like they're about to pop. The reason being that for the picture to get big like that, players have sunk a lot of money in there, and when they sink money in there, the coins tend to fill up those containers, and then eventually they pop. Like, you can look like this one here, this red one looks like it's about to pop. That doesn't mean it really is about to pop, but a lot of money has gone in there to make that pot go that big. So when it does pop, it's going to have a decent amount of money. Like I said, it can still pop even with the ones that have low, but it tells me that it just popped recently, so there's not a lot of money that has gone in there. And for me, I know it's just for illustration, but I still prefer to play the ones that are all puffy and about to pop. Another machine that I think is worth playing, even on a low budget, is the hot roulette. It's pretty cool once you trigger the three roulette things going off, and you can collect some money from it when you hit the hot roulette. I think these were left off for me last night. So here, I was like almost out of money or whatever, and I was playing, it looked like I was playing 5 lines. These are 25 cent, 2 times the bet, so it was like, let's see, 5 would be $1.25, and doing 2, it would be like $3. No, wait, $1.25, $2.50. So it's $2.50 pools, and I hit the roulette on here. And I think I started off with like $65, $78 and cashed out with $129. And then I think I came to the next machine right here, and I played, conservative. I played 5 lines with 1 bet of 25 cents, so that's $1.25 per pool. And I hit the roulette, and it ended up, I think, being pretty good and moved me up to $266. So I think I got like over $100 and something on that hit. Of course, it's just a matter of luck whether or not you hit. But on this, what I do is I generally play the minimum. Sometimes I'll jump it up to 2 or 3 times. I've even tried the larger bets. But just going with the larger bets, you're doing like 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 times or whatever multiplier, it doesn't necessarily pay more. So if you're a low budget person, it may be worth just playing on the 75, or maybe the it's not 75, $1.25 or $2.50 option, which is like 5 times 2, instead of where you're spending like lots and lots of money. There is options for like 50-cent bet, $1 bet, and I think a $2 bet. So a $1 bet would be 5 times, which would be $5 per pool. But I'm not a big spender, so I try not to go more than $2 or $3, maybe $4 maximum on each pool. If I can, I try to avoid it. I also played this one. What I did, all these that you see that are hitting and leaving, was me. So I don't know if maybe I hit this one and I did a bunch of others and I came back. So I calculated, like I said, okay, I got like 129, and then my strategy was I'll play it down to about 110. If it goes down to 110 or 100 and even or whatever. I think in this case at 110. Or if it goes up to 140, I would quit. And then when it hit or whatever, or went down, I went to the next machine. And I did the same here. So you can see I was building up my bankroll. I started off with like $68 that I had left. And I built it up to, you can see it kept building up. And all these machines, once I hit it, I left it. Even though some people say, you should do a courtesy spin or whatever. I think that's just telling people, hey, put some more money in here. I left it so people can see what I walked away with and see if they want to play it for themselves. But all these machines had the wins that kept going up. It was me. I hit, once I hit a decent amount. And a decent amount was on a five line play, one time multiplier of 25 cents, it's $1.25. If I hit and I went to my certain point, like when I started this, I might have had maybe $282, and I came here and I said as soon as I hit 300, I would quit. And when I hit and it had a decent enough payout, it was 122 quarters. That brought me up to that amount. I quit. So, and then I also determined how much I would lose. Like here, 282, I might have said, well, if I either go up to 300 or go down to 260, I would quit. And that's what I did to kind of limit how much I put in each machine. Here I went up, and here I said, I'll play it. You can see all the numbers, they all kind of hit because it was all me last night. It was me hitting each of them and then leaving. So I came here with 310, and I said, look, if it gets up to 320, I would quit. Or if it went down to 300, I would quit. Well, it went up to 320, 325, and then I quit. And I went to this next one here, and I said, look, if it gets up to 330, or it goes down to 310 or whatever, I would quit. And it hit, before it went down, it went up, so I hit it. Then you can see here I actually lost, just to show you what does happen. I started with 332. I said, if it gets down to 320, I'm going to quit. Or if it gets up to 340 or whatever, I'll quit. I was only trying to win $10 to $20 on a machine before quitting. And I didn't want to lose more than $10 or $20. So you can see here on this one, I left my machine at 332 and I lost $10 on this one. And as soon as it went down to 321, I quit. I quit this machine. I came to this one. I said, look, I'm going to go down to 310 or go back up to 330 and I will leave. So I played this one and it went down to 310. And I said, and I left the machine. And then I said, I'll come down to this one. You can see I started losing money. I said, I'll go down to 300 or go up to 320. Wow, it went down to 300. I quit. Yeah, I was here right before closing last night, cleaning out all the machines. This is how I kind of try to keep my money going. I try to work my way down the machine. So here you can see it dropped down to 290 and I quit because I wasn't going up. Then this one dropped down to 280. We were on a losing trend here. We were oh my gosh, we're losing. But these were all quarter machines, and I played the maximum here. It was a single line with 3, so it was 75 cents a pull. I ended up losing $10. I was at 290 and I got down to 280 and I quit. So I came to this one and I tried to do the same thing, and I went down to 270, and I was oh, we really going down, because we started with 330 or something, and got down to 260 on this one. I was oh my God, I just gave up $80 or whatever. And that's when I came over to the chain one. There's a chain here. And ended up playing this one here. I think it was this one here. I played a lot of these. And some of them I hit, and some else went down a little bit. But eventually I played this one, and I was only playing 75 cents. So it was the lowest pull on the penny, and luckily I hit, and ended up cashing out for the night $321.59, because we're on penny machine here. So I turned what started off as I think I had 68 cents, and I made it up to 320. That's not normal, because a lot of times you can lose real fast. Another machine that I really enjoy is the Crazy Money Gold. On this one, I lost though. You can see I came here with cashed out with 253. I think I came here with like 300 and something. And originally I was betting like the $2 bets, and before I was losing like a couple $100 on it. So last night I started getting conservative, and I started playing like just 40 cents. I think this was this might have been me doing maximum bet, and I had up to $449 on a $3.20 was maximum bet on here. So I had it up, but I did lose like a couple hundred. Here was also a maximum bet that got down to 57. I don't think that was me. That might have been somebody else. I generally don't play it if I see that somebody just hit a bonus on it and cashed out with a decent amount of money. I mean, even if they didn't cash out with a lot of money, but they hit the bonus, I don't want to play it just because I feel like the bonus is going to take a while to come back. Although some people say, well, it's totally random, so it could hit again like back to back, which it could. But me, when it hits like the power wheel, which is the bonus, I generally will leave it. I don't want to play one that somebody just hit. So this one had knocked my money down to 253. And then you can see when the money's similar like that, that was me or somebody like me who plays from one and jumps to another. 253, I came over here to try to make up some money, and I lost like $20. It went down to 237, and then I gave up. Then I came to this one here, and I brought it back up to 244. And generally I'll give myself like $10 to $20 to play, up or down, when it like a profit from 237. It only hit a little bit to 244, and I was like, you know what? It's kind of hard to hit. And I was only playing the 40-cent minimum bet on it. So this one is the heat 'em up. And then I came over to the next one, and it's usually best to play the maximum bet to try to hit the jackpot. But if you're low budget and you don't have a lot of money, you're gonna have to play the minimum, which is like on these they're 40 cents, which is what I did. And I cashed out this at 244, came here, and it dropped down to 230, which meant I lost $14. I left. So these are generally the machines I pick. Sometimes I'll play these that are like 88 cents, and they have these trees on there, the money tree, that looks like it's about to pop. Like some of them don't have as much stuff on them. It's kind of empty. And even though they're just for illustration, okay, they say they really don't tell when it's going to pop. But generally, when it pops, the tree goes thin, and then as people keep putting money in more and more and it hasn't popped, it keeps adding coins, so it looks like there's more coins and it's about to pop. That doesn't mean the empty one won't pop like that. It could pop, but what I know for sure is this one with lots of stuff on it, people have been putting money in and it hasn't popped. You understand my strategy? Even though they say that this one could pop anytime, this one could pop anytime, but I know this one just popped because it's empty. And to get it to look like this, where it's all like full of coins, a lot of money has to be put in, and it hasn't popped yet. So this one I know generally hasn't popped yet, for the special bonus where you can try to win the grand prizes. I know they say that it's random and that these pitches don't mean anything, but they tell me a machine that has just recently paid out the bonus and one that hasn't yet. And I will pick that one, even though according to the official documentation, it doesn't matter. This one could pop before this one, even though that one has more coins on the tree. And remember, the reasoning is this one just popped, so all the coins went away. This one hasn't popped. I'm going to play the one that hasn't popped. And it could be set to be harder, so it may not pop. But that's just some of my my gambling strategies. You can take it with a grain of salt. Maybe you can apply it. I generally don't have any big jackpots because I usually don't play like the maximum bets. Some of these maximum bets are like $6 or $8 or even $10 or $12 for the maximum bet. Like here, this one, for 1 cent you can go 10 times 88, which would be $8.80 for the maximum pull on 1 cent. And some of them go up like 1 cent, 2 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, or even $1 or more, which could, be $50 or $100 a pull. I generally play the 88 cents with one time, which would be 88 cents, or two times, which would be approximately $1.66, 76, 186 or something, under $2. I try to keep my pulls at roughly $2 or $3. So you can see these are lower, which means the bonus is run and it's popped. This one hasn't hit a bonus yet. So if I were to pick a machine, I would probably pick the one with a pot that's more full. And a lot of people will play it, swear it doesn't matter. They'll come to this one and it can pop before that one, which it can because it's random. Okay? But for a fact, I know that this one and this one recently popped, especially this one because it's low. It's like empty. So it just popped. This one, people have played and started filling coins in. This one, people have played and put a lot of coins in, and it hasn't popped. So I'll take the one that hasn't popped over one that just recently popped any day, even though the pictures supposedly don't mean anything. Just my strategy. I hope it helps you guys. If you found this information useful, be sure to give the video a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. We are trying to build the channel back up to see if I can't become a full-time YouTuber when I retire and make videos that may be beneficial to other people. Until next time, everyone, take care, stay safe, and before I leave, sometimes the ships have these coin pusher machines. This one's out of order. But see, they have money just sitting here on the edge. And they work off physical, like normally the thing shoves it. You know, when you put a coin in, it goes to the ledge, and pushes it out. There's a little shover that they kind of bury themselves under. But see how they're all on the edge right here like this? And the coins, when they go over the edge, they just fall down here. Same with the dollar bills and stuff. But anyone who's been on any of these ships and have seen these things in action know that sometimes you don't even put money in, and because of the ship moving, rocking up and down, the coins fall down. So you could come here and sometimes there'll be free money underneath. Just a little bonus, a little tip for those of you who like to get free money, because I know I sure do. Until next time, everyone, take care, stay safe, and good luck.